A year ago, I was sleeping on an air mattress in an empty apartment. No savings, no plan. I'm 26, and I rebuilt everything from zero. But here is what nobody tells you about hitting bottom. The problem was never that I did not know what to do. I knew exactly what to do. That was the whole problem. The more you know what to do and still cannot make yourself do it, that is a special kind of hell. And the way out was stupidly obvious. Let me tell you what being stuck actually looks like. It is not what you think. It's not lying in bed unable to move. It's pacing around your apartment at 2 in the afternoon with 100 things to do and no idea which one to start. Because everything feels urgent. Your health is slipping, your money situation is a disaster, your relationships are going quiet, and all of it screams at you at the same time. So you stand there and you think about all of it. And that thinking feels like doing something. But nothing actually moves. And here's the strange part. You open YouTube, not for entertainment, for answers. You watch a video about morning routines, you watch one about productivity, you take notes. You feel a little spark of hope. Then you close the laptop and nothing changes. Actually, I take that back. Something does change. You feel worse because now you have the answer and the shame of not using it. That's heavier than not knowing at all. I know what you just thought. That's literally me. Yeah, me too. Then the quiet loneliness kicks in. You stop reaching out to people, not because you're antisocial, because when someone asks, "What have you been up to?" you have nothing to say. Your life feels flipped upside down. And you start thinking, what do I even bring to the table when my own table is empty? Who would be interested in me right now? But here's what I didn't understand back then. I wasn't lazy. I wasn't broken. I was doing one specific thing that guaranteed I would stay stuck. And the irony is, it's the same thing every smart person does. The moment that cracked everything open wasn't inspirational. It was pathetic. Same turkey sandwich from the same gas station 4 times that week. Same buzzing fluorescent light. 4th time, the cashier looked at me and said, "The usual?" A stranger at a gas station knew my dinner order. I sat in the parking lot staring at the dashboard, and I made a list. Health, money, career, sleep, social life, diet, apartment. 7 things screaming for attention. I'd been staring at that list for months, and every morning the weight of all 7 crushed any chance of starting one. Then a week later, I stumbled on something. An idea from 2 researchers named Thaler and Sunstein, who won the Nobel Prize. And I'm not exaggerating when I say it explained my entire life in one sentence. Here's what they found. People almost never fail because they're lazy. People fail because of how the choices around them are arranged. Same person, same brain. Change what surrounds them, completely different behavior. If chips sit on your counter, you eat chips. Not because you lack willpower, because your hand grabs one before your brain even gets a vote. Move them to the top shelf, put fruit on the counter. Same you, same kitchen, you just eat the fruit now. When I understood that, I stopped trying to fix myself. I started fixing what was around me. And before you write this off as another environment video, stay with me, because the way this played out surprised even me. I picked one room. Actually, not even a room, one corner. I bought a $12 desk off Facebook Marketplace and a real pillow. I made one tiny space not terrible. Here's why that mattered more than it should have. A researcher at Harvard named Teresa Amabile spent years studying what actually keeps people going. Not big wins, not praise. Small, visible proof that something is moving forward. And here's the part that sounds too simple to be real. When you haven't done anything in months, your brain quietly decides you're the kind of person who doesn't do things. That becomes your default. What's the point? Nothing works anyway. One clean corner interrupts that story. Your brain goes, wait, maybe I can still do this. That tiny hint of belief flips something inside you. You go from what's the point to, okay, what's next? One action doesn't change your life. It restarts the engine. Now, here's where every other video tells you to delete social media. I tried that. It lasted 11 hours. Then I re-downloaded everything and felt even worse because now I was a person who couldn't even commit to deleting an app. So I tried something else. I buried every social app 3 folders deep on the last screen of my phone, killed every notification except calls and texts from real humans, and switched my display to grayscale, black and white. Instagram in black and white is genuinely hilarious. Every photo looks like a sad newspaper from the 1950s. You open it, see gray squares, and put it down. Now you might think, I'll just undo that in 30 seconds. You can, but undoing it means digging through settings to find the toggle. That small friction stops you almost every time. Your brain goes, is color Instagram worth this effort? Dry humor. 90% of the time, the answer is, nah. That's not discipline. That's rigging the game. You're fighting a machine built by 10,000 engineers to keep you scrolling. You don't beat that with willpower. You beat it by changing the battlefield. I also set one alarm, not to wake up early, to go outside. 10 a.m., only rule, leave the door. The door is the finish line. Set one right now if you can. Label it go outside, just outside. And every night, 3 sentences. What happened today? Bought a lamp, cleaned the sink, talked to mom. Not a journal, 3 lines. 2 weeks in, I read them back. For the first time in months, I could see things were moving. Tiny, almost invisible, but written down. When your brain says nothing is changing, those 3 lines shut it up. 6 months later. And I want to be straight with you because this is usually the part where videos show a glow-up montage, and I'm not going to do that. I wasn't rich, no dream body, no dream job. And honestly, the first month felt like nothing was happening. I cleaned a corner, set an alarm, went outside. I kept thinking, this can't possibly be enough. Second month, barely different. But around month 5, something strange happened. The desk led to the alarm led to walks led to cooking real food, cooking led to texting people back. Each tiny thing made the next one slightly easier. That's compounding. You can't see it for weeks. Then one morning you wake up and realize you're not the same person. Not because of one big moment, because 50 small ones kept quietly stacking. I need to tell you something I almost left out. Month 4, I relapsed. Full week inside. The scrolling came back, the ceiling staring came back. I genuinely thought everything I built was just a performance. Then I opened the notebook. Last entry, cleaned the kitchen, called mom, went for a walk. Those 9 words said one thing. You did this before. You can do it again. That cheap notebook became my safety net. Not motivation, not discipline. 9 words on a page. Here's what I wish I could go back and tell 22-year-old me. The problem was never laziness, never motivation. The problem was trying to change myself when everything around me was designed to keep me the same. 30 browser tabs on a dying laptop. Nothing loads, everything stutters. Close 29, keep 1. It runs. Your life works the same way. I started calling this the one-room rule. When everything is wrecked, don't try to fix every room at once. Pick one corner, make it not terrible. When that corner holds, open the next door. If you've never thought about it this way, good. That's why we're here. And here's what makes this work long-term. Every time you do the small thing and it works, you get feedback, real data from your own life. That data makes the next attempt slightly better, and the one after that, even better. You're building a loop. Action, feedback, adjustment, action again. Your odds improve every round, not because you got smarter overnight, because every rep gave you something to work with. Try this right now. Think of one thing you keep trying to change that never sticks. Just one. Now ask, am I trying to change me or change what's around me? The corner was never the point. The point was handing your brain one receipt, one proof that says you still work. After months of being stuck, your brain stops believing that. One clean corner is a counter-argument it can't ignore. That quiet, that felt okay moment after finishing something small is the whole engine. The one-room rule just gives it somewhere to catch fire. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're definitely not lazy. You're a smart person staring at 30 open tabs wondering why nothing is loading. Tonight, close 29. Look at your room right now. One corner. One ugly corner. Clean it. Make it a spot that doesn't make you wince. That's your first room. That's your receipt. If tonight doesn't work, tomorrow. No deadline, no performance review. Your life, your speed. Check the pinned comment. I put my own 0 moment in there. I want to hear yours. I read every single one. And if any of this landed, next video I'm showing the one thing I changed about my evenings after 6. Honestly, that shift matters more than everything I just told you. But this video was already long enough. See you there.